Mai ki tēnei hui o te kaunihera o ngā roto o Rotorua. Good morning everybody and welcome to this meeting of the Rotorua Lakes Council. Today we have a council hearing which is regarding the return of 35 Tarewa Road, Pūruru Reserve South. Before we get underway though, I will start us with a karakia. Tūtaua mai runga, tūtaua mai raro, tūtaua mai roto, tūtaua mai waho. Kia tau ai te mauri tū, te mauri ora ki te katoa. Hui e, tai ki. Thank you very much, everyone. Now, just a reminder, this is being live streamed, so if you could have your phones on silent. And we have asked all of our hearing submitters to turn up in person at 9:30. And we're fortunate enough to have Mary Corbett with us. So before I invite her up, I'll just check if there are any apologies for today. There appear to be none. So carry on. We'll do any declarations of interest. And are there any urgent items not on the agenda? No? Well, we will get underway. So I just ask for a mover and a seconder that the report hearing for proposed return of 35 Tarewa Road, Pūruru Reserve South be received, please. That's moved by Councillor Kaifong, seconded by Councillor O'Brien. All those in favour to receive this report, please say aye. Thank you, and we will get underway with our hearing. So it's my pleasure to invite Mary Corbett to come up to our submitters table to make your submissions. So we do have 5 minutes available for submitters. We'll have a little timer here just to assist you, and just a reminder for you that this is being live streamed and will be available on YouTube later. So we thank you very much, Mary, for being here, and we'll hand over to you. Kei a koe.
Tēnā tātou katoa, ko Mary Corbett ahau. I'm the daughter of Patu Raharuhi who donated the land to the council. So my submission is quick in that I support the return of the land back to our whānau and back to our hapu. I don't have much more to say to that other than please return the land back to us.
Nice and simple. Thank you very much, Mary, and it is a real pleasure to have you here, of course, as a daughter, and we are very grateful for the original gifting of this. Would you be comfortable if there are any questions? Are there any questions? Councillor Lee.
Thank you, Mayor Tetzel. Who would the land be returned to if this was to go ahead?
The land would be returned back to a specific reserve that's being set up, and they're made up of the marae trustees.
Okay. So not to you personally?
No.
No?
No, that is highlighted in the report,
Yes,
Councillor Lee.
yes. Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you. And Councillor Maxwell.
Tuatahi ke te mihi au ki a koe e tatua hine. He pātai tēnei. Question is, ko hea te ingoa o tō pāpa te kraua Raharuhi.
Patu Raharuhi is my father.
And then ko tō tuakana ko Len pēr?
So there were two wives. There was the first wife, which is where Len and them come from, and my mother was the second wife.
Kia ora rā, and whānau that I do remember, and I do recall the pāpa too. He used to come to the marae opposite and everything. So this is question time, but these are still the whānau that are right there. The reserve is opposite the marae, and it was a playground some years ago. Was it the same one?
Yes, so there were two parcels of land that we're looking at presently, the tennis court and then the park, which is a little bit further down. So back in about the 1960s, I remember, because our Tarewa Road is made up of the hapu of Ngāti Tuara, Ngāti Kioro. So as little children, we used to all play on the road. We used to play tennis on the road when the traffic wasn't as bad as it is now. And I think the thinking for my father was he needed a place to keep us safe and off the road. And so I think his thinking in the tennis court as well as in the park was to create a recreational area where our whānau down Tarewa Road could all go and play. And so I think that was his thinking at that time.
And also when you say Tarewa Road, I mean, it was so popular years ago. Unfortunately, I wasn't a good tennis player, but So is it not as used as much as it was back in its good heyday, the tennis area?
I think everything got sort of run down. If I think about when it was donated to up until now, the tennis court was being used, but then the people that were taking care of it weren't taking care of it as well as it should be. So I think everything sort of got left to, I want to say wreck and ruin, but it wasn't wreck and ruin, but it wasn't being utilised, and maybe the cost of the upkeep of that. So different people had, the council had the care of the playground, and then different tennis organisations were using the tennis courts.
Tino Paito's submission, Teneira. Kia ora koe.
Thank you.
Thank you. And so we have one final question from Councillor Lee.
Thank you, Madam Chair. I actually played tennis on that court. I was a member for about a year, so fond memories of that. As you'll see on our door, when we get elected, we have to make decisions which are in the best interests of the district. And I wonder if you could assist me in reaching the conclusion that it would be in the best interests of the district as opposed to the recipients of that land.
Well, if I currently look at the marae, which is down Tarewa Road, Tarewa Pounamu marae, it's currently being leased by a social service provider, which I actually work for. So in that space, we run a whole lot of services that help the community. So the thinking of the marae trustees is in the same vein. So in the 1960s, about the same time as all this land was gifted, my father started a charitable trust, and under that deed it talks about the community and it talks about for the benefit of the hapu. So our thinking is in the same vein as that the things that we do with the land from the tennis courts into the playground will benefit not just the hapu but the community. So those decisions haven't been made yet, but the marae committee are thinking about what will the future developments happen on those spaces. Always as a Māori is always about the thought of all the people rather than ourselves. So if I look at the marae, nobody in the marae trust benefits from anything that happens in that space. My thinking is the same things will happen with the lands that get returned back to our whānau.
Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Mary, and we appreciate you further explaining that for all of our understanding. And once again, we're very grateful to your father, and we are grateful to yourself for your submission today. Ngā mihi nui ki a koe,
Thank
Mary.
you.
Thank you. So that concludes our hearings today, as there are no other submitters present to present verbally, but we do note that we have read the submissions in the report, which were substantially in support of this direction that we are taking. So we will close the hearing off now, and I will just close us with a karakia. Kia whakairi ai te tapu, kia wātea ai te ara, kia turiki whakataha ai, kia turiki whakataha ai. Haumi e, hui e, tā e ki e. Thank you very much, everyone. I declare the hearing closed.